Welcome back to the Fat Podcast. That's a throwback to the old style. I'm Zach. Who are you, my friend?
I'm Jay, people.
You're Jay People.
Yeah, I've changed my last name.
Okay,
I think it works better.
Yeah,
Jay People.
Definitely. So let me start off by saying welcome, and also, how's your week been, Jay?
It's been lit. Well, I say week. You know, it's been 3 days of dieting.
Yes.
You know, because when we say how was your week, we really mean how was your week of dieting been?
Yes. We? Yeah.
You know, so it's my 3 days of dieting have been epic. They're on the wall here behind my microphone. It's pretty cool. How about you, my friend?
It's been all right. Not as much progress made as I would have liked, but that's
progress
fine.
nonetheless.
Progress nonetheless. I mean, I think trying to do something to better yourself and coming a little bit short is better than just not trying at all. So,
fucking right.
There you go.
Well, the thing is, when I did our last like weight loss journey thing, the rule was always if you lost, it was a good thing. No matter if it was like 0.1 of a pound or 4 pounds, you would be a loss is a loss, isn't it? You didn't gain that week, so it's good.
I remember what you used to say. You used to beat yourself up because you'd like you'd only lose like I don't know what you did. You measured in pounds, so I'm not sure. So it's like if you lost 3 pounds, or let's say you lost a pound instead of 3 pounds, you beat yourself up. But your goal was like half a pound per week anyway.
It was 0.75 of a pound per week. Yeah.
So I was like, Jay, you're moving forward.
Yeah, I was always disappointed if it didn't say I lost half a stone that week. I'm like, what? I didn't lose 7 pounds? What a fucking joke! You know what I mean? Like that's what I was like.
I get you. So wait, are we weekly? Are we weekly sharing our weight
loss?
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously we're a little bit different because we weigh on different days, right? Or did you say that you were going to change to a Tuesday like me? I can't remember.
I did say I was going to change to a Tuesday, but
I've already weighed, haven't you?
I have weighed. I weighed today.
I haven't weighed. I only weighed on Tuesday, so we're 2 days behind on my weigh. So yeah, but that's how it'll always be for me.
Yes,
it will always be 2 days after I've weighed that I'd say so.
Okay, cool. I'll do it on the day anyway, because fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Cool.
So I literally just weighed. Am I going first?
Right. I'm just going to say it, right, guys. We're doing staggered hosting from now on, right?
I think you mean alternating. Staggered, suggests like...
Same thing. Right? We're doing... What does the word you just said? Alternating. We're doing alternating hosting. So Zach is hosting this week. So it's up to you whether you should go first or not.
The Nikola Tesla of hosting. Shout out to my electricity nerds.
So it's up to you who goes first, my friend.
I'll go first. Because it'll set the way, because I think you've done better than me this week, so you'll feel good. You'll be like, yeah. Huh?
Have I?
I assume you have. Because I didn't do very well at all. So so basically what I did 1.2 kilos, I think. What did I say I was last week?
What, you lost?
Yeah.
Mate, that's sick. What are you talking about?
Nah, but the first week's always like water weight as well. So I'm like I half lost weight this week in my mind. You know what I mean?
Mate, that's fucking amazing. Listen to this negativity coming from my boy. Fucking negative Nancy.
Oh dear.
Mate, you lost 1.2 kilos. That is like, I don't know, what, 2.5 pounds? That's pretty good.
Wait, so what is...
Well, it's probably about 3 pounds, isn't it? That's probably about 3 pounds.
What was I last week? Because I've forgotten.
104.3.
104.3. Okay, so I've lost... Yeah, I lost exactly a kilo. Because I'm 103.
Oh, so you're 103.3 now.
Yeah.
So that's 2.2 pounds then. That's pretty cool.
That's dead
on.
You know,
for us English folk, 2.2 pounds. For y'all Europeans, 1 kilogram.
For everyone correct in the world, it's
Yeah.
lucky that.
But that's fucking good, man. Don't put your shit down. If I lost that, I'd be happy.
What did you lose?
Me, as I said, right? So we did the pod on Thursday last week, as we always do them on Thursday. And I actually started my diet on Sunday.
Yeah.
Right? So I did 2 days I did a normal dieting day, a fast day on the Monday, then I weighed on the Tuesday. So effectively, I only had 2 days of dieting.
Yeah.
And I lost exactly 1 pound. So I was happy with that.
Cool.
I was like, that's cool, man. Because like this next time when I weigh next week on Tuesday, that's when will be the time where I'm like, right, there better be some fucking big number on this scale. You know what I mean?
Better be some big number.
Better be. Like, I want to lose, because it's my first week, just as you said, a lot of it is water weight.
Yeah.
On my first week, I want to at least be hitting the 3 pound mark. You know what I mean?
Look at you.
I want 2.5 kilos gone. You know?
It's good for me in terms of if I'm quite close to the edge of like a big number. So like I'm 103.3. If I lose in the next month, I'll get down to double digits again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Mate, there ain't never ever gonna be a world where I am in fucking double digits. No way.
Hey.
Well, the thing is, my goal weight is 114 kilograms.
Yeah. So it's 10 kilos more than me anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so but yeah, so if I ever got in below 100, I think I'd look ill.
Hey, don't say you could lose a leg. You don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, if I have a horrific accident, I might go under 100 kilograms.
Why don't I see why people diet? They should just, cut
Yeah,
off their limbs.
get the store out.
Yeah.
Fucking bye-bye. You know.
Jigsaw weight loss.
I think for 2 days of dieting, a pound gone, I'm pretty cool with that. I'm pretty. Yeah.
That's good. That's good, man.
Yeah.
So
that takes me down to, what am I? So I was 23 stone 8, so I'm now 23 stone 7. Yeah.
What does that mean? What does it mean?
23 stone 8 is 149 kilograms. So I'm 148.5 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So wait,
Cool.
you said, okay, so I want to clarify something because I'm not sure we did on the last podcast.
Okay.
So you said your goal weight is 114.
114 kilograms, yeah.
114 kilos.
My initial goal.
Your initial goal. And how did you determine that initial goal?
Well, the thing is, I determined it because when I was at uni, first time, the first time when I was living with a mutual friend of ours.
Yes.
I lost quite a lot of weight then, and I got down to like 20 stone, like 6 pounds, just a little bit heavier than I was at my peak in the last time I did weight loss on the podcast, right? Which obviously I was happy with, right? But I'm still not completely happy with it. So I know it's got to be lower than that, you know? So I'm like, I'll set something, a bit lower than that. So 2 stone lower than that, and also it brings me into like, even though BMI wise, it brings me into like just inside of overweight, not even in healthy yet.
Okay. Right.
Because it sounds stupid because I know these things are worked out scientifically, but I look at them and I think that just can't apply to me. It can't apply to me. Like I think of myself, like I say to you, it said from my height between 11 and 14 stone. Like I just think about myself as 11 stone, mate. There's no way. No, as I said last week on the pod, you can cut me straight down the middle and each half will weigh more than 11 stone.
Yeah.
So it's just, but so that was the thinking behind it. Going, when the last time I was at my thinnest in my adult life, 20 stone, was I happy with that? No. So it's got to be lower than that.
What's 20 stone? Like 120 kg? 125?
It was. I think it's like. I think it's about 129.
129. Okay, so around
Yeah.
130. Okay.
Yeah. So, because I know I was in the 120s of kilograms the last time I was losing weight.
As in last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. That's cool. Man, you were so close to your
I
target
know.
weight.
I know, mate.
It was
I'm
like
telling you
what?
now. I'm telling you now. Don't get hit by a car. Don't
You
try
make
your
it-
hardest not to get hit by cars, guys.
You make it sound like it was a cataclysmic event. You got bumped in the
No,
back.
the actual event wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
it was bad for a few weeks, yeah? But it was the mindset that it created
Yeah,
within
yeah.
me,
I get
which
you,
was
I
a
get you.
cataclysm, you know?
But to clarify, this
Yeah.
is I asked Jay when he got hit, right?
Yeah.
I think we maybe done it on the podcast. I asked Jay when he got hit, what was it like? And basically he did this.
That's what it felt like at the time. And then, like, I was just like, boom, that's what it felt like. And then, because I had to ring my boss at work, and I was like, look, some silly bint has just went straight into the back of my car, right? I'm like, I will be in as soon as I've sorted this shit, right?
Yeah.
So I do all the swapping insurance, all that kind of gubbins. And then I'm driving back, and literally I'm getting to each corner on the road every time, and I can look less and less right and left.
Ooh.
Like, as I'm getting, and it got to about Burger King, funny enough, near our work, because I was on that side of town. I got to the Burger King roundabout, and I literally couldn't turn my head. So I went into the car park at the petrol station there and rang him, and I was just like, I gotta go home. And I was like, because I'm gonna be in super loads of pain.
By the
And
time
I'm not being in work, but when that happens.
Yeah.
So then I got home, and obviously then it kicked off better because my fucking roof wouldn't go back up because I had a convertible at the time.
Yeah.
So because they fucked the roof up, so I had to call the garage to come pick the car up. Oh, nightmare! But yeah, cataclysmic on my psyche for my diet.
Cataclysmic.
Cataclysmic.
Psychological cataclysm. That's a
Exactly.
great name for a band. Oh my god. But yeah. Okay. Cool. I wanted to discuss something. So we both have a shared Trello. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a
We do. It's right here. It's right here, guys.
it's like a note taking app that's
Yeah.
collaborative.
It is.
Pretty saucy. But anyway, so here we've got a bunch of topics that we want to discuss on the pod, and I'll throw it out to you to see if you want to choose one from the list or if you just want me to go with stuff.
I want to choose I want to get, fuck it. I want to go straight for the top one just because I have no idea what that is.
I thought you might. Okay.
And literally, because you actually told me to look at this probably like an hour ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
I purposely didn't Google what it is because I want to know. I want to be educated live on the channel.
Right. Okay. So the top one is. Do you want to read it out? I want to see how you pronounce
I
it.
feel like I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of it.
Okay. He's French, so you should know because you're trying to learn French at the moment.
Diderot?
Yeah. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
The Diderot Effect. Do you feel like you experience this constantly? I have
Okay.
no idea.
Because
Answer that real quick.
this is a thing. I think this is a problem that we both have.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a problem a lot of people have. It doesn't have to do with, unfortunately, it doesn't have to do with weight or fitness, but I guess it has to do with your mental state of mind. So the Diderot Effect, right? I'll butcher the exact explanation. So I'll Google.
Look at that foul phone in his hand. Look at it.
But you love it. Let's see. Okay, the Diderot Effect. One purchase begets another. Be a master of your possessions, not a slave to them. Our new sofa makes our rug look dingy. We should get a new one. Right, the lamp too, and the curtains. Maybe we should move?
Yeah. I see. Yeah. I have that massively. Yeah.
End of last year, I tried to be as minimalist as I could.
Yeah.
I think I did pretty well for a little while, like around 6 months. I was like, I didn't buy anything new if it wasn't like, I would have bought pens if my pen ink ran out or something like that. You know what I mean? I get the essential stuff that was essential to me, if that makes any sense. So let's say minimalism is kind of like essentialism as well. It's like, I hate saying like. You need to slap me if I say like one more time. So,
welcome to Bristol.
Bristol. So what I did was, sorry. Back to the explanation of like minimalism or essentialism. It's really hard without saying that word. Okay. It's what is essential to you. So let's say you're an avid book reader. Buying books fits within the category of your minimalism or essentialism.
Yeah.
So to me, I was essentialist for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would buy stuff that was important to me and not the stuff that wasn't.
Yes.
But I tried to make sure I was very conscious of what was and wasn't important.
Okay.
So like if I didn't need a new phone, why would I get a new phone? Everything's functioning perfectly fine on my current one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas I've been known to just get a new phone because
So if it's essential, does it still come under the Diderot effect?
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. But
Right.
what I'm currently at right now, I feel like anyway, I'm at like I just bought a side desk for my table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I could put all the gubbins that are on my desk in the drawers.
Yeah.
Right? One, why do I have so many gubbins anyway? And two, is that essential or is it just something that's nice to have? And at what point are you experiencing the Diderot effect? Because okay, we're both somewhat young, right?
Yeah.
And like, we're not 60 or 50 or 40 or even like late 30s or mid 30s where we have our own homes and we've got adjusted to all our stuff, all the furniture that we have, right?
You're trying to say that, you know, because in like 2.5 weeks I turn 30. Does that mean I'm reaching the old age? Is that it? What a bastard!
But you get what I'm saying. We don't have our lives completely sorted and we're going to be where we're going to be living for the next 10, 15, 20, maybe till death, right?
Yeah.
And we don't have all the furniture that we haven't stocked our furniture or whatever, because I'm guessing you currently live in what, a 2-bedroom house essentially?
Yeah.
So, and one of those, no, 2-room house.
Yeah.
One of them's the living room, one of them's the bedroom.
Hey, I got a bathroom, bitch.
Sorry. 3-room house. The kitchen feeds into the living room, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing when you buy a house, because I assume we've had conversations and you would likely like to expand your family, have kids, that kind of thing, right? Or have special, like a studio room or a library or something like that. And at that point, you would obviously need a bigger house, which means you probably need more. I mean, you could theoretically just have empty rooms, but it probably wouldn't be ideal for you. So what I'm saying is, how do we know that we're being essentialist if we aren't at the point where we have everything that we need, or we think we need, or is that an illusion?
Well, the first question is the Diderot effect a bad thing?
I think so. Do you not think so?
Not really.
Ooh.
Like as soon as you said it, I was like, that is me to a T. Like, because but as soon as you said, you know, your essentials don't come under the Diderot effect, I then started to think about it. Because obviously, me, you know what I'm like with technology.
Yes.
You know? So, I'll buy a new laptop, for instance, right? I put it on my desk and I look, everything else is fucking old. Everything else has got to go. It's got to be updated so it's nice, flashy, and shiny and new, like my new laptop, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? And that is, for me, that is essential to my life, yeah? So you could argue doesn't come under the Diderot effect, right?
Yes.
But what does is, before we moved here, because we got the agreement for this house and then obviously we had to prep furniture and all that kind of stuff, right? I was this close, and it's funny because you sent me a video of yours the other day. I was this close, right, to buying a Roomba vacuum, fucking smart vacuum, right?
Yeah.
And Ruth was like, why are you buying that? And I'm like, because I don't want a vacuum. And she was like, you don't vacuum here. she's like, I do the vacuuming. So why are you going to buy that? And I'm just like, cool, innit? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's cool. And then I remember, and then it was like the one I was looking at on Amazon was like 300 quid, right?
Shit.
And I was gonna buy it, mate. It was in a basket, everything,
Shit.
right? And then we moved here, and I can't remember what did I buy with it. I bought something for my computer, but my old computer.
Yeah.
And she was like, we got there, and I remember just being sat there, and I was like, fucking hell, imagine I wasted 300 quid on a fucking vacuum. And I was like literally, mate, every single day for about a week, I was watching videos of people reviewing them, just like, oh, mate, that is a sick, such a sick vacuum. And I now go on the roof, and they're like, watch this, man. It maps the room and all that shit. And I'm just like, and then she was like, every day she'd look at me and just be like, why are you doing this?
Why?
And I'm just like, it's fucking cool, man. That's the only thing I could say. But I was so glad that she talked me out of it.
Yeah.
But that's where I can see the Diderot effect of just be like, because I got a house, I'm like, I got all this, I want to put all this new shit in it.
Yeah.
Like now that's crap. Like now we got a vacuum, it's over there right now. This orange piece of shit, it was like £18.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is walking through the house, people. She's been doing some gardening.
You think that's bad? I've got a woman with a Chinese takeaway here. Just right in my periphery.
Have you had any?
No.
Good boy. Good. That's some good shit, innit? That's some good shit.
Mainly because it arrived after the podcast started.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so when it comes to the Diderot effect, I feel that greatly. My girlfriend did talk me out of buying a £300 vacuum before we moved in here, because that would have been hardcore Diderot garbage right there.
So the thing is, that's the thing. So how often do you consult Ruth before you purchase something?
Pretty much every single time.
Right.
If it's over a certain amount, because like how it works for me, my pay goes into my, I guess you could call it main bank account, but I don't see it that way anymore. But my main bank account, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't even look at all, right?
Okay.
Ruth has the card, and she has access to the online banking, everything to do with that account. She has access to, right? Then we have like our ISAs and stuff for saving money and all that shit. Mm-hmm. And then I have a Monzo account, right? Yes. Which is what I call my main account. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then what Ruth does is she pays all the bills, puts money in savings, all the essential shit, pays rent, all that crap, and then gives me the disposable income into my Monzo. And then I don't consult her when I buy something with my Monzo, with my money on there, because that's my money for the month that I spend on.
So you have to
But if it's something like, I know, like I'm trying to think of something like, I don't know, something bigger. Let's say if it hit the 150 mark, there'd be a conversation about do we or do we not buy this,
So
how we're gonna buy this.
You're lucky in that you have someone that you literally can't buy something unless it's moderated by another person.
Mm-hmm. Something that's gonna impact us anyway, that I can't just go out and buy.
It's funny though, because what if both of you are being affected by the Diderot effect?
We're not though. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I'm trying to sit like Ruth. If she buys something for herself, I would be fucking amazed if it was over 30 quid. I would be fucking amazed. She's just one of those people. It's like I had to fucking beg and plead for her to buy a new phone because Apple were no longer providing support for her model. That's how old it was. Like what you were saying about your phone, you're like, it does everything I need it to do.
Yeah.
Like we do more of our phones than she does. She just uses WhatsApp, text, Facebook, that kind of shit, right?
Yeah. Doesn't
care about anything else. So I had to beg and plead with her, and it was literally like trying to get blood from a stone, trying to get her to buy a new phone. You know what I mean? So like when she buys stuff for herself, she's very, is it frugal? The word? She's very frugal.
Yeah, frugal. Very
with what she does. Completely different to me. I'm a massive, massive impulse buyer, which is why I cannot have access to all of my money. Otherwise, we'd end up homeless within a month.
That's pretty smart, in fairness.
Yeah.
You've delegated your money to the correct person.
Yeah.
It's crazy though. So I was gonna say it's weird how the people who are like best with money are the people who are the cheapest.
Yeah.
In terms of,
yeah.
but I guess that pretty
the thing
much.
Is, the thing is, I think I think it largely comes down to how you grew up.
Yeah.
So like, Ruth comes from a family that never had any money. You know, paycheck to paycheck kind of family.
Yeah.
You know, lots of debt.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough where my dad always earned a good amount of money. We weren't rich. We weren't rich by any stretch of the imagination, but like people, like my friends used to say that I was well off. You know, like well off. Like we went on 2 abroad holidays a year, 2 English holidays a year, that kind of stuff. And like my dad used to go to me, and I always think it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, right? When I was about 12, right, and I started going to secondary school and all that kind of shit and going out and doing stuff, I went to my dad. I was like, Dad, can I have pocket money? You know what I mean? I was like, can I have pocket money? Yeah. And he goes, sit down. He goes, sit down. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, I'll give you 2 choices, right? I'm like, I can give you pocket money, yeah? And I was like, which is X amount. He didn't say what the amount would be. Yeah. And he's like, or you can come to me, ask me if you want to do something, and I'll decide whether I want to pay for it or not. You know? And I'm like, there's a chance here. Because I'm like, say I go to the cinema and have some food. Say my pocket money was £20, right? So I go to the cinema and I have some food. That's going to cost me 20 quid, right? That'd be all my pocket money for the month gone, right?
Yeah.
But say I go to, my dad would pay for me to go to cinema like 2-3 times a month. You know what I mean? So he'd be like, but then I couldn't do that. So he was giving me a choice of going, you can let me decide, or you can have the money and be yourself. And at the time as a kid, I'm like, fucking hell, I'll just come to you, mate. I'm cool. I'm cool, like. But like, I missed out on the, I've got this amount of money, got to be wise with what I do with it.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas Ruth got the complete opposite. You know what I mean? She has to value every single pound she gets. And I think that's more of a valuable lesson than, you know, what I got.
It's interesting though, because it's an interesting parenting technique, because it kind of makes you have to, it shows you what your father finds important or valuable for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a different lesson in and of itself. Like if you're like,
well, effectively what he's doing, he's going, he's allowing himself to go, if he's got any stupid fucking ideas, I can stop him by not paying for it.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of.
You know what I mean?
I mean, in terms of keeping someone out of trouble, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah, you know.
But it would also depend on how open you would be with your father. Like if you're like, oh, Dad, I kind of want to get some weed. Can you get me some money? Or
yeah. The only thing I never spoke to him about was smoking. Like my parents didn't even know I smoked until I was about 19.
Really? When did you start smoking though?
Oh, mate, I had my first cigarette when I was about 12, and then smoking properly, probably about 13, 14.
Yikes!
Yeah, no bueno, mate.
No bueno. I'm surprised your lungs even function. Like,
yeah,
you're still growing.
I know, right? I know, but
I mean, it didn't affect you though. 6'5".
But the thing is, I do. But the thing is, it's probably another major reason why I never told him I smoked, because he'd never fucking give me money again. Just never ever do it.
Okay, wait. You know? So was it a flexibility thing? So like, you said that your dad said that, hey, I'll give you 1 or 2 options. You either have pocket money, or I can decide what you do.
Yeah.
Was there any flexibility in that? In terms of
decide what I do, you can decide whether you pay.
Whether for it. You pay for it.
But that's like I'll just like it's also deciding where I can go to him. I go, Dad, I got a party. I'm still going to go to the party, but can I borrow a tenner? You know, that kind of thing. That's just the words I use. He knows full well I'm not giving him any money back. You know, can I borrow a tenner? Sounds better. Can I take a tenner? You know?
Yeah, I get you.
And he'd be like, yeah, sure. And like, literally to the life of me, I can probably remember twice in my entire life where he said no. You know? Usually it's just like, what he usually do, his usual answer to this is always, you can have whatever's in my wallet.
Okay.
And I'm like, cool. And Dad, very much like me, where you just only keep like, you know, a 10 or a 15 quid in his wallet at any given time.
Yeah.
So he'd always know it's not going to be an astronomical amount that he gives me. He'd be like, there you go. You know? And like me as a kid, I take every penny, mate. I'm going through. I got the 50p's, I got the 20p's. You know?
It's interesting. So you said he only did it like twice, right? Said no.
Yeah.
Can you remember what those things were?
Yeah, what was one of them? No, they're spacing me now. I know. I know.
In general, could you remember? Like if you weren't on the camera right now and had like 5 minutes to think.
Yeah, it was usually stuff involving like going away somewhere far away.
Right.
So it's probably like to do with if I got in trouble, he couldn't help me.
Okay, so it wasn't necessarily he only ever really said no to things that it wasn't because of the value he thought it would give you. It was about the either expense or the control.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because he don't like my dad. You've met him. He's a fucking great dude. You know what I mean? So is always his focus is whether I'm going to be all right. So if I'm like, can I borrow 20 quid? And he'll be like, why? And I'll be like, because we're going to drive out into the middle of nowhere, you know, and like burn shit. You know what I mean? Like he's not worried about the tenner or the 15 quid I take from him. He's worried about my safety.
Yeah.
So it's usually stuff that involved me being far enough away that he couldn't come and get me out of a bad situation very quickly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That kind of deal.
It's interesting.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you would think, theoretically, that your experience in the Diderot Effect, or not necessarily that, but your experience in not being as good with money as you could be is because you didn't have you chose not to take the money.
Yeah, I didn't have monetary restrictions as a child.
It's kind of crazy. You've kind of self-implicated what your dad gave you as a choice in your adult life as well.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, this worked for me with my dad. Hey, Ruth, can you do this for me?
Can you do this? Yeah.
That's insane. But you also get a little pocket money as well.
Exactly.
In adult life.
I get pocket money now. Yeah. Pocket money's good shit. You know? I'm turning 30 in a couple of weeks, but pocket money's still good shit. You know what I mean?
Shout out to pocket money.
But the thing is, I just think it's an adult decision, man, because I know for a fact that I cannot control money.
No, yeah.
You know, so I just rid it from my life. You know, just like you take care of that shit.
I get what you're saying.
You know, and then you've got the other thing. But what people don't see is also that Ruth loves controlling money. Mm-hmm. She's completely different. She works in finance. That's what she does. Loves it. So me going, you can sort of, it's like savage because she doesn't want questions about it. It's just done. So
she's the kind of person that's like, I don't like stuff. I like money.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Like she'd rather sit in an empty room with no furniture with the money that she could buy furniture with safely in her bank account. She's like that, very much like that. Yeah.
It's weird because it seems to be clearly reflective of your upbringings, how well you do with money and what your relationship with money is like. And it's funny because you said your parents were relatively well off and hers were not at all. In my case, I've had both. Like I come from a 6-person family, like a 6-person nuclear family, so my brothers and sisters and my parents, right? Yeah. And I've lived in a 2-bedroom flat for like 6 months to a year, but now I've also lived in like a 5-bedroom house with 3 floors and 6 bathrooms, whatever.
Yeah.
So I've had both, and in my experience, I've actually been both of you people.
Yeah.
So I like to say I don't like to say, but I think I'm probably more you right now than I am Ruth. But when I first started working at Wilco, right, I fucking loved keeping money. It was great. I was like, I've got £700 in my. Bear in mind, I was working part time because I was doing uni.
Yeah,
as well,
that's
right?
a lot of money. And you're only, and you're like 17, 18 at this point, aren't you?
Exactly. So I'm like, I've got 700. I'll splurge. I'll get something that's 50 quid. That's
Yeah.
I've had
Buy
that
a new
experience.
PlayStation game, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Honestly, like, because like when I was working at work and I was saving up, like I wouldn't just buy a game willy nilly.
No.
I'd be like, how much will I play it?
Well, we'd have to convince you that it's the best game ever. You'd be like, this game is amazing, Zachariah. Get your card out and buy this shit now.
Legit.
Yeah.
And now, mate, I bought you a game like yesterday without even thinking about it. I was like,
I can ask him. It does this fucking all the time. All the time.
It's because apparently I'm shit with money now. But, yeah,
like, I even told him, Mike goes, what makes that even worse is that before he bought me it, I told him it's a massive chance that it isn't even going to run.
Okay.
Still bought it.
In my defense, you will be able to run it in 2 weeks.
I will.
Or so.
This is true.
Hopefully 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've experienced both in my life, and I've been both. And funnily enough, it tracks in a similar fashion. So earlier in my life, I was still living in a very well-off, I would say quite a well-off situation when I was saving money, right?
Yeah.
But the timeline tracks in terms of I was really good with money for a few years, and now the past few years I've been really shit with money. I'd say in the past year and a half, I've been bad.
But do you think there's a correlation between you earned less, so you were more worried, now you earn more, so you're less worried?
It's a good point.
You know?
Yeah, I guess. But the thing is, I was never worried when I was earning less.
I don't mean worried. I mean, like, you find per pound less valuable than you used to because you have less. You have
because
more.
I have. Yes, I would say. So. And like, for example, when I bought my PS4, right? This is a really weird.
I'll put it this way. It's the same. Like, say you go to the toilet, right? And you got no money, right? And you look at your bog roll, and it's got like 7 leaves left on that shit, 7 sheets.
Yeah.
You'll be using that shit frugally, right? If you get there and you got a full bog roll, you're just going to be like, I'm just going to fucking scrunch up and wipe to my fucking heart's content. You know what I mean?
Rolly, yeah.
I think it's the same thing with money. It'd be like you wouldn't be haggling over, like, if I go to you, yo man, there's this fucking game on Steam beta. It's like £25. Looks alright. Want to play it? If I tell you that and you're a fucking multi-billionaire, you ain't gonna go. I ain't paying 20 quid for that. That's a fucking rip-off. You're just like, whatever, bang, done. You know?
I suppose. But the thing is, I should be saving money at this point in my life. It's something I should be doing, but I don't think I'm doing it as much as I should.
Been saving money ages ago. You know, I'm like 5 years older than you, so I should have been saving money long time ago.
When did you both start saving money together? I guess is the question.
Oh, probably about a year and a half.
Year and a half. Year and a half.
Yeah, because we moved around a lot initially, because we started in my uni place. Then went to my parents, then her parents, then back to my parents again. No, then to the flat, then back to my parents for a little bit, then here, you know. So we moved around a lot. And then once we got here, we were here probably a couple of days and we just sat here like, this is the place that we like and we're just going to stay here now until we get our house.
Yeah.
So it's like, right, so then she built up a plan of, you know, a 3-year plan of at the end of 3 years, all debt's gone and we have a deposit amount of money that we can use for a house.
It's super weird that you chose the time where you could save the least to save the most. You know what I mean? Because like at your dad's or your girlfriend's.
Yeah, we have this conversation because my dad's is the optimum place.
Yeah.
Because when we were there, he didn't ask for anything.
Right.
Anything at all. So that was the optimum place to do it. But like Ruth's Ruth's parents was nearly as optimum. The only thing she wanted was us to pay what the bills went up by, which is like fucking nothing.
Yeah,
right?
like 50 quid or some shit.
Yeah, like so, like when you're both earning a good wage, is fucking all, right? So yeah, that would have been optimum. But the thing is, it's like that thing that you just said. I had loads of expendable income then, so I just bought loads of fucking shit constantly. You know what I mean? So yeah, and mate, you'll realize it when you finally do it. But there's nothing like having your own place. The freedom is biblical. You can't put a price on it, even though you pay rent and there's a price involved in that. You can't put a price on freedom, man. I'm telling you.
It's interesting. And you
get a car. Like, imagine your life without your car now. You know, just being able to do shit.
The gas tank might be fucked, but we'll see.
You know, it's just being able to just like put it this way, mate. If you didn't have your license, you wouldn't have your girlfriend now.
Very true.
You know, because you wouldn't have been able to go and see her. You know, and you wouldn't have been able to have that initial contact and shit.
3.5 hour drive.
Exactly. That's a long ass time. You know? One way.
Jesus.
One way.
That's a nightmare.
Goddamn. None of this is on your Trello today's show.
Well, no, it comes from the Diderot Effect. It leads into it. It's a natural flow of conversation. Just let it happen, bro.
Now you're experiencing what it's like for Zach to host the podcast. Just lets me waffle. I tell him all the time to stop.
The thing is, I think, for me at least, I'm much better at extracting things from other people than I am giving what I have to say. That makes sense. I'm much more of an interviewer than an interviewer.
You're a good interviewer.
Yeah. I would say. I think that's my good thing. I'm like, oh.
You like it.
Let's get into that little truffle right there. You know what I mean? But
yeah, exactly.
As you say, we can move on to the next subject if you want to choose one, or if not, I can.
No. It's on you. I chose the first one.
All right. I'll read this whole thing out. Right. So this is what I was typing earlier when I felt it. Right. It was fresh.
Okay.
Okay. So hang on. Let me just adjust.
You need to up your microphone arm game, man.
Oh, I do. It's like me, like last year. It's just like. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna read it out and then explain it. Okay, I think you've already read all of these.
I have.
Which one were you most confused by?
The first one, because I had no idea what Diderot was.
Okay, after that. Yeah. Number it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. Probably 4.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would think number 3, but that's fine.
Fucking choose.
Okay. So, I'm going to read it verbatim and explain. So, feeling fat and accepting it to stop eating.
Yeah.
I stopped myself eating junk by asking myself the question of why it is that I'm eating this. Am I bored? Today I asked myself why, and it was because I was uncomfortable in my body. And because of this, I wanted a dopamine hit from the junk food I was about to put in my body. What a crazy cycle. You have to be able to be okay being fat in the short term. How fucking weird.
I think you'll find you put how fucking weird.
Weird. All caps.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's the thing, isn't it? I'm sad because I'm fat. And I eat because I'm sad. And I'm sad because I eat.
Yeah, the fat bastard thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I get that loads. Like that. Like when we did the diet before, I'd always massively, the biggest times I ever wanted to take away is when I weigh and I didn't lose as much as I wanted to. I'm like, what the fuck is the point in this shit? I'm like, I lost like 0.2 of a pound, and I fucking tortured myself for 7 straight days. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get that feeling in you, and those are like, plateaus. That's why people always struggle with plateaus, you know what I mean? Mm. But yeah, I think you definitely do. I think me and you have a different take on this, I think.
Hit me.
Because you know, we're different people. But I used to say all the time that I thought a little tiny bit of body shaming was a good thing when it comes to weight loss.
I
know?
would
Like
say,
yeah, like I look at myself and I go, fat bastard, get fucking sort this shit out. And that's how I get myself in the mind frame of it. You know, I'm not nice about it. I don't go, you know what, Jay? You're not so happy with your body, but you're still a nice man. But you could be a nice
man.
You could be a nice thin man if you just lose the weight. That kind of shit don't work for me, man. You know? So like I'd like fucking Goggins just stood next to me every single time I'm cooking any food and just going, don't you fucking dare put that in your mouth, you fat bastard.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, man? You know? So yeah. But you're different than me. You're a delicate flower, aren't you, Zachariah?
No, please, I agree, kind of, ish, maybe.
You agree, kind of ish.
I agree that there's. We both know that quote. I quote all the time. No man has ever been shamed into a genuine change of opinion.
Exactly. Shamed by other people.
Yes, that's I guess could be important caveat to the original quote. Yeah, no man's because I guess you can feel inner shame and disgust with yourself over how you used to be or how you might currently be. Like, theoretically, if I don't know, you were racist and then you saw the fact that people are all equal and you're like, shit, ugh.
Doesn't happen, but yeah.
Daryl Davis, we've had this conversation.
He can teach a change in behavior, not in thought.
I completely disagree. We're going completely tangential to the actual topic, but I completely disagree with that.
Okay.
Whoa. How do you
Mate, we've had this conversation in private. I can't talk about race with you, okay?
Why?
Because I just can't.
Why?
Because I can't.
Why?
We're too different on the subject. We're far too different.
What do you mean?
And like you're too sensitive. You can't have the conversation.
I can have the conversation. I'm not
look,
too
sensitive. You're getting sensitive already. Look, it's I'm not
too sensitive. I'm saying we have very different views on potential rehabilitation.
Yes.
Is that fair to say? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I believe rehabilitation is a thing, right?
Right.
But socially rehabilitated, right? So they can be taught that there's things they shouldn't say, right?
Yeah.
But they don't say them because they know they shouldn't say them, not because they feel bad about saying them.
That's
the difference.
I think.
For me, that's my opinion.
Okay, I get you. I think there's greater evidence to suggest otherwise. Like, for example, I listened to a podcast. I forgot who it was. That's going to bug me. But anyway, it was a podcast, and it was a guy who was a former member of the KKK, right?
Yeah.
And he said he began to... he started listening to this music, right?
Yeah.
That was, like, super white supremacy, all that kind of stuff. And then he formed a social circle of people who were into that kind of music, and therefore inherently racist, right?
Yeah.
And those became his entire friendship group, his main friendship group, and he made he had a music shop, and his music shop specifically catered to that.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, he realized what he was doing was wrong through exploring other people's music, like blues, which back in the day was inherently a lot
Black
more.
music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, this is really... because he didn't realize it was just music. He was just listening.
Yeah.
And he was like, shit, this is really good, but it wasn't a white person. I'm so...
what he thought. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then he slowly... it's like that little seed in his mind began to grow and was like, okay, I didn't...
But as I said to you, which I was trying to say to you, but you weren't listening, there is exception to every rule.
But
you can't pick this man out. You cannot pick him out and say, because this guy can do this, all of you can. You know?
But
all of you can have this psyche change.
Okay, but what about Daryl Davis?
What about Daryl Davis?
All the people he's converted.
Oh yeah, but I want to see all the people he didn't.
Yeah, but you're just assuming there are tons of people that he didn't.
There will be people he hasn't done.
I'm not saying there aren't, but why aren't they the exceptions?
I think Daryl Davis.
Where's your evidence to assume that they aren't the exceptions?
Daryl Davis, yeah, is phenomenal. Yeah, what a dude,
we
right?
Both agree, yeah,
he's got more patience and love in that man than I will ever have, right? Because I will, mate. If I was in that position, oh man, I get so fucking angry. For people that don't know that are watching this, I am a mixed race individual, right?
Yeah,
I would be. Oh man, I get when people are like racist, or even it doesn't even have to be racist. Just any kind of idiotic prejudice around me. It's just it's not attractive, man. Just fucking get out of my face. You know what I mean? Just fucking leave. You know, and it's like and it's that started me in a young age. And the thing is, I've seen people that are I know people that are racist, and I known them as racist when they were very young, right? Mm-hmm. And they've changed their outwardly behavior in social situations
where
right?
it's not acceptable to be
exactly. But if you take a 2-3 second look through their social media feeds, you can tell within minutes that they are still racist.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. And I think that, unfortunately, is the case for most people who are racist or are prejudiced, but racist probably more than anything. You know? I think that's the case for most people. And even though there are exceptions to the rules, like Daryl Davis and, that guy you were saying about, who had with the white supremacists. They don't cover I don't believe they cover the majority of people that can be changed. I just don't think they do.
Okay. Well, okay, for those of you who don't know, so I'm guessing a lot of people would know who Daryl Davis is.
Yeah, this is a thing. There being it's like, who do you think he'd be more known by? People of color or Caucasian people? Who do you think he'd be more popular with?
It's
online.
Well, a lot of people in the KKK really dislike him. And the thing is, the people.
I wonder why. Not only is he a black guy, he's also stealing their troops.
It's a double whammy.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So Daryl Davis, for those of you who don't know, he's a man, really awesome guy who was born in Chicago, Illinois. I'm just reading his Wikipedia page.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they can do that themselves, Zach.
Anyway, he's a musician. And he one day basically he talked to a guy in a bar and he was like, I surprisingly like your music. And he's like, why is that surprising? And the guy said, because you're black, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he was like,
it's just bizarre when you read it, when you even talk about it, isn't it? Just stupid. Just so stupid.
So anyway, so he was having that conversation and then he eventually managed to convince this man to leave the KKK. So he was the most, I was going to say religious extremist. He was the most extreme in his prejudice that he had a group of people who basically echo chambered his prejudiced, insane thoughts, right? And he would do things, he's very clever. He's a very smart guy. So one of the stories is that he's driving along with a guy who is in the KKK, right?
Yeah.
And he's in a car with them, right? And they're discussing. He's like, so why do you think black people are? Why do you think all black people are criminals? Because obviously they're not. Because I haven't committed a crime.
It's a clear fact that they're not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's because I haven't committed a crime. So how do you explain that? And the guy said, right, it's because it's dormant. The gene's dormant in you right now. Eventually become a criminal, or you'll die before it happens.
No,
right?
Fuck you know.
And it was so Daryl Davis, this guy, he's in a car. He's not like he's taking.
This is what I'm talking about the patience. Patience and love this guy has.
Yeah, exactly.
As soon as he said that to me, it's dormant in you, that criminal. Fucking smack.
And then you prove him right.
Yeah, and I prove him right as well, which is even worse.
But anyway, so this guy, Daryl Davis, he's like, takes a second, he's like, wow, did you know that all white people are serial killers? And the guy was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? We don't know what serial killers? Because I'm not a serial killer. It's like, well, it's dormant in you. And he's like, bullshit, right? And then Daryl Davis was like, name 3 black serial killers. Yeah. And like he was like, I'll even give you one. And then he gave him one. And he was like searching his mind for like anyone that wasn't white that was a serial killer. And he just couldn't do it. And
there ain't a lot of them.
So at that point, he either has to realize that he is a dormant serial killer, which I'm guessing is not something he wants to do, or realize that his views were wrong. It's a brilliant stroke of genius by Daryl Davis. But he's converted over 200 people, and you think that's the exception?
Yes.
I don't. Well, for one, I think it's relatively hard to find 200 active members of the KKK.
Not in America.
I think they're a very vocal minority. I'm not saying that necessarily people who are racist are necessarily a minority. I have no opinion either way, right? Because I have no idea. Because each individual person is different. The
thing is with these groups is there's a reason why you can't pin down their numbers, because even they are ashamed of being a member of the fucking KKK most of the time.
Apparently, some of them
like in the late 1800s, there was millions of KKK members, right? In the second iteration of the KKK, we're now in the third iteration of the KKK, which is like non-existence when it comes to like the mass population, right? So, but I would still put their numbers theoretically maybe in the 7,000 to 8,000s, right?
Yeah.
So if there's 7,000 to 8,000 of them, and he's converted 200.
Yeah, he's converted 200. How many would you think? Do you think he's spoken to all 8,000?
No, this is my point. I think he's spoken to a lot more than 200.
Let's say conservative. We can Google this information, or do you think he'll lie about his numbers?
Honestly, mate, I wish how you thought was true. I wish it is. I just don't believe it is. You know, I wish that every single racist bigot in the world could be spoken to by someone as calm as Daryl Davis and change.
I agree with you in the principle that not everyone would be able to be changed. But I disagree with the idea that they're the exception. Because you have no data to support that. I don't have any data to support it, but I have 200 people who got converted. You know what I mean? Also, can I just note, this is like the weirdest picture I've ever seen in my life.
It's just everything about that's wrong. Everything about that picture is wrong. But I just, like, for me, I've dealt with racism in my life, lucky enough or unlucky enough, hardly ever directed at me, myself, you know? But I've seen it around me, because the thing about being mixed race like me is you're often assumed to not be black or whatever, you know? Like, I've had one where, like, in school, my very earliest memory of racism anywhere was in school when I was about 8. And I had a friend called Lewis in school. And I was sat on the bench with two other kids in my year. And Lewis came over, and one of the kids went, "Don't let him sit on the bench." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "'Cause he's black." And I was just like, "Eh?" Because I was only like 7 or 8, so I'm there like, in my head, I'm being really innocent. I'm sat there like, but I'd let my mum sit on the bench. Can my mum not sit on the bench? You know what I mean? And it was only when I got home and I told my sister the story, because my sister's like 9 years older than me. So, you know, she's like nearly 20, 18. So full grasp of what racism is. Yeah. Especially seeing as both of my siblings are darker skinned than I am. So, and she was just like, "What the fuck?" If you know what my sister, she's fucking mental. You know what I mean? So I just like, and that's when it hit me. I was like, fuck, what you were saying was really fucking wrong. Like really, really wrong, you know? And like, and once I noticed it, once that then had been taught to me that this is a bad thing, yeah, I saw it fucking everywhere, you know?
Right. It's interesting though. So you said you were 8. How old was the kid that said that?
Same year, same year.
Same age, right? Yeah. But this is the thing that sparked this argument to begin with. Like I think it was like a week ago.
Yeah. Do you want me to say the story?
Yeah, go for it. Say the story.
Yeah. Well, basically, people in the footballing world would know this. Like that's the reason I know it. Wilfried Zaha, Crystal Palace player. Hours before the game, the other weekend, he played. A fan, in the loosest possible terms, direct messaged him on his social media platforms and said some really bad racist comments to him, along the lines of, if you score, I'm going to kill you, effectively, with racial slurs scattered around within there.
Was there an actual genuine threat of like killing or violence?
Yeah, he said it was something. He said, if you score tomorrow, you racial slur insert here. I'll come round your house and do something. I'll do something to you. I'll do something to you. Right. So, and at that point, the thing is with social media is you have no fucking idea where this is coming from. This is the big problem with it at the moment. There's a big campaign going on that social media platforms, when you make an account, should require some form of ID, whether that's a driving license, passport, whatever, you know, because
I mean,
the law now states that you are viable, you know, you are liable for what you fucking say online, right? So,
there's so many things to unpack here, but
yeah. So yeah, he said that, and then it turned out they found the person. It turned out he's a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, and the oh my god, I had a thought. I have like 7 thoughts in my head right now. Sorry.
That's right.
So you said, oh, what did you say before that? Jay, what did you say before that?
What did I say before what?
Yeah, so the point that we made was, I remember now.
About being changed. Being able to be changed.
Yeah, be able to change. So you think, your contention is the fact that you don't think this 12-year-old boy, right, who I would assume is very, very likely, because I think racism is something that's taught.
Definitely.
It's not inherent, right?
No.
So you think this 12-year-old boy, whose brain isn't even barely developed yet, right?
Yeah.
He only basically having his own thoughts like 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
You think he is unable to be rehabilitated? You think it's most likely that he's unable to be rehabilitated?
No. I think he can be rehabilitated behaviorally.
So you don't...
But that's also untrue. An untrue statement. Because, as we've already established, there are exceptions to the rules. Yeah? But I think it's most likely, he'll live a racist life until he dies. And this is what spurred this argument that was off camera. Or that caused an argument.
It's a conversation?
It's just a disagreement, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. But it's funny. Because I think I've always come from a more... in everything. Like, I've always, like, if we had a friend that was doing something that we didn't think was a good path for them or something, I would always say, I believe in them, I'm ready, they'll get their shit together soon, whatever, right? Or whatever. I'm always very believing in people. I think you have a very opposite approach for the most part.
With certain things.
Like what?
With certain things. Like, because racism, prejudice, I'll just use the word prejudice instead, because it counts for pretty much everything. Prejudice, I think, is the most ignorant thing you can be. Just like...
But, okay.
For me, like, I know for a fact there has to be some racists with extremely high IQ, right?
Sure.
So I can't say it's just because they're fucking stupid, but a majority of the time it will be a lack of education anyway, right? But it's just so ignorant. Just like if you're an educated person, or even not an educated person, to go, this person, even selfishly, this person offers me nothing because they're black or because they're Asian. It's just nearly said.
I don't think that's necessarily the viewpoint of someone who's racist, though. I think it's
no. I'm just saying from that point of view, from just a selfish point of view. So you're only thinking about yourself. To go, I can't get anything from you because you're black. That's just bad. That's just so stupid. Like, you offer me nothing. Like, like you said it with Daryl Davis and the music thing. Comes straight into my head. I'm just trying to think of what my playlist would look like without any people of color in it. And I'm just like, fucking hell, man. Like you've heard my playlist, man. They're just like, I listen to everything. I listen to fucking ranging from like Prince and then going into fucking Periphery and fucking, just Metallica, and then I'll be listening to fucking Tupac, and then I'll start listening to Elton John, just going everywhere. And I'm the kind of person that I want to experience it all. It may be shit, but you experience it every last bit, because otherwise you ain't experiencing life, are you?
But that's the thing. So the people, I think that's key in the potential conversion of people who are racist. So I think showing them entertaining things that are produced by people of color or people of different creeds or religions or any, I think tolerance is something that the media industry could really help with.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, the guy that listened to like blues music didn't realize it was someone that wasn't white, and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, but it's like, can you imagine? Can you imagine sitting there watching Dave Chappelle stand up and not liking him simply because he's black? This man is the fucking goat of comedy, and you're sitting there going, I can't enjoy a second of this because his skin is darker than mine. Just like, it's ridiculous. And like, I remember when Venom came out, and there was like this kind of small uproar with Riz Ahmed's character in there, the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
And I know that's racist, because people don't want to see an Indian guy as the main bad guy. Don't want to see it.
What was Sorry, what was the controversy? Why did people?
No, just saying, bad casting. It's just like, the film's not even out yet, but it's bad casting. It's like, fuck. It's like, and he was great. Like, the movie was aight. It was never going to win an Oscar anyway. But he did the role that he was in. He did well.
I agree. Yeah.
Especially for a guy who's actually a rapper. He's not really an actor. He's a rapper.
He's a rapper?
Yeah, Riz Ahmed. Yeah, he's got loads of rap songs. You should listen to him. They're great.
Didn't even know.
Yeah, he's kind of like an Asian fucking, what's his name? Glover?
Don't really?
Yeah, like Donald Glover just does fucking everything. He's one of those guys that just like, I'm just gonna fucking do everything. Like Will Smith, I feel, was the first one like that. He's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna stick my finger in every pie I can find and just fucking do everything.
Yeah.
But and then you get people like Donald Glover. He's one of the fuckers because he's actually good at everything.
He's literally
he doesn't just try. He doesn't just try and do it. He's good at it all.
It's literally, like, he's like, well, the thing is, he started just making YouTube videos, just like in the early 2000s. It was like, I'll go into Community. I'll do some rapping. It's like, fuck off with Community. I'll do some rapping. Fuck off with rapping. I'll do some movies. Like, Jesus.
I just like,
I'm bored with movies. I'll write like 3 TV shows.
Yeah.
And then act and star in them and direct as well. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Just like these really just super talented people. And they're from all walks of life, man. To say, oh, I can't enjoy that simply because they don't look like me. Fuck me, that is so stupid. So stupid.
It's stupidest. But it's things that are taught and learned, and it's not inherent. So that's why I have hope that people can change, because they can learn different. They can understand that it's not true, right?
Yeah.
I think, because we've had this conversation a little bit before, because obviously right now there's a lot of
There's a lot of stuff going on. Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Everything. Equality is a massive thing as of this
hot
moment.
button issue at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's a lot of people suggesting ways of how to fix it. Like some people are suggesting defunding the police and some, which I'm not going to comment on any of the specific things they're suggesting.
You're worried about making a comment, aren't you?
Whether or not it's a good or bad idea. But I think we talked about it a little bit in terms of, I think, I'm expanding on it now, but the original idea was I would gladly pay for a bunch of people like Daryl Davis just to go out into the world and just convert bigots. I think it's proven to work quite well, better than anything else we've seen so far, with literally provable effects, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea. But then in addition to that, I think we should like find bigots and just like sneak in like music and like maybe stand-up specials, just the audio, and just like play it to them and then be like, it's fucking hilarious, right?
Yeah. You know, but yeah, I think we have polarizing opinions on whether rehabilitation works. Well, we both believe rehabilitation works, but just in a different way.
Yeah, I think we just disagree on the metrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have more evidence for my metrics. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck off with your evidence.
What? It's true.
Fucking evidence, my ass.
It's true.
But we got 30 minutes left of the pod, and you've spoke about 2 of your 7 subjects.
So the way we have it set up is we have the really behind the scenes look here, guys.
Yeah.
So we have the Fat Podcast trailer. So we have today's show, For the Future, one-shot topics, returnables, and done. Right?
Yeah.
Ooh, we can drag some of these and done. Oh, how nice.
I know.
But in reality, I kind of didn't realize it was organized that way. So I've got like 17 topics in today's show. I wasn't expecting to cover them all here.
That's what I mean. So we'll move some of them for the future into the next one.
Yeah.
And then we'll eventually get round to them. So what do you really want to talk about for our last half hour out of your list?
We've smashed 2 pretty cool topics. I think we've handled pretty good topics very deftly so far.
We have.
So it's going to be hard to top. But
yeah, we have.
Charlotte, we're going to do these. Well, you pick one. I pick one. You pick one. I pick one. You pick one. You pick any.
Okay. So, let's go with substitute habits.
I was glad because I literally was about to say. I was literally like, oh, that's a nice little light one to finish off.
Little light one.
I like it. So, substitute habits. I'm just going to read the actual Trello. Diet Coke, black coffee. How's that going, Jay?
Yeah.
Mental stability.
So where do you want to start? Do you want to start with how's that going, Jay?
I'll start with how's that going, Jay. So basically, for those of you who don't know, Jay is very...
I'm waiting. I'm fucking waiting.
In terms of people that don't like change, if you were to have people who like change over here and people who don't like change over here, Jay would be past that level of don't like change. So we're having the conversation.
I used deceit.
Because I tried to do a fast day on Tuesday?
Yeah, failed horribly.
I failed horribly, but I was just like, I'm used to eating 3 Domino's pizzas a day. Fasting was a no for me. So I was like, I'll just track the calories today. That's fine. I'm happy with that. And I was like, I text Jay. I was like, hunger's real, bro. And he's like, I know. I was like, don't worry. I got black coffee. I'm on it. Because black coffee is basically proven to curb hunger, right?
Yeah. It's also apparently raises metabolism as well.
Black coffee is really good. Along with green tea is also really good as well.
Yeah, apparently green tea is the best, isn't it?
It's got tons
general.
of antioxidants, which helps free radicals, that kind of shit. But
it tastes like piss, though.
I love a good tasty piss. Hot piece of piss.
Don't ask me how I know that.
There's a good sketch like that. But I digress. Anyway, how's the black coffee, Jay? Because Jay was like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well,
no.
For people that don't know, I am a coffee connoisseur. I fucking love coffee. Yeah.
To say you're a
So,
coffee connoisseur suggests that you like do like the filtration system.
oh yeah, fucking
And
love
no,
that shit.
You don't though. You buy pack cappuccinos and you put the sachet in.
That
and you
was
put
for
milk in.
ease, man. In my humble abode, I have a zero coffee, bro. Right? So
What's zero? What?
I love coffee. A zero coffee. It's the
A
brand.
zero. Oh, is that the little pot thing? No.
No, it's like an orange tube. Orange tube. It's fucking lush. When next time you're over at my house, I'll make you a zero coffee, right? So, me, coffee is with milk. Tea is with milk. That's how it is. End of discussion. Get out of my house, right? So, Zach said about the black coffee, and I only tried it on my fast day because it was my first fast day. So I'm there like, shit. Fucking hunger pangs kicking in big time. It was about 11 o'clock. It was about 11 o'clock. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it. So I made one. First one, tastes like assholes. Second one, tastes like assholes. I think around like the 10th one. Just preface this with their decaf. So I'm
going to pause you right there. So you said, I'll let you continue. So remember where you were. So you said that the first one tastes like assholes. It couldn't have tasted that bad if you went for a second cup and then up to
Do you know what's better?
cup.
Mate, tasting like assholes coffee is better than hunger.
So it did work. So you can see that it helped. Yeah.
So that's why I did it. I wouldn't be doing it if it didn't work, right? So yeah, so it just
How many
carried
did you
on
have
now.
in a day? Sorry.
Huh?
How many did you have in one day?
On my non-fast days, like none. But on my
fast
fast days, probably like 4.
Okay, cool. Right.
Yeah. So I had them, and like now I drink them, and they're all right. There is a preface to that though. I have to let the water cool down a bit because if it burns them fucking beans, it tastes like fucking shit.
Really? Well, apparently, I had a conversation with someone at work before this whole lockdown thing. Apparently, if you put cold water in first,
yeah,
then,
I've had it, yeah.
I've never done it, but
I've heard this mythos too.
It's weird.
What you do is just boil a kettle and leave it for 2 minutes. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. So what I do is I boil a kettle, it pings, and then I just I just wait around for a bit, or go to the toilet or something like that, then make my drink. But if you make it straight up, that does it taste horrible. Because the thing is, you can do that with milk, because milk will hide that burniness of it.
I guess I'm weird because I've never done that. Like, I guess I'm just used to the super bitter taste.
Maybe, yeah.
But the thing is, I kind of like the super bitter. Something about it is like...
Oh, nah, it tastes like medicine.
It's like
It's
like I'm saying, fuck you, body. Fuck you for being fat. And then I drink the coffee.
But yeah, on the question, well, it's going well.
So you're beginning to enjoy the black coffees or no?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Bruh.
You know, I won't go that far. Like, if it weren't my fast days, there'll be milk going in. Like, on my non-fast days when I have my coffee, milk goes in that boy. You know? They only don't go in there when I'm fasting. I wouldn't, out of choice, buy a black coffee.
Okay.
No way.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's ludicrous.
Like, tea, I wouldn't even try. Like, that's just wrong in so many ways. Not having milk in tea. Just so wrong.
It's super weird because I've been thinking about this, right? This is somewhat tangential, but it links back. So we're talking about politics. I'm not going to go into detail, but in terms of politics, I used to be super duper left leaning, like super duper, like crazy left, right?
Yeah.
And then
Voting green and shit.
I mean, I still vote green, but whatever. I think green, if you look at their
I think people now think that I vote Tory. I do not vote Tory. Okay. I'm left, just not as left as Zach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would make the argument that green, I'd say, is quite centralist when it comes to taking all the things into account, which is why. So I lean a lot more right now than I used to.
I feel like you say that, but I feel like if there was if Green had to make like a coalition government, I'm pretty sure they would rather pick to work with Labour than work with the Conservatives.
But once again, as long as Green have the head seat, I'm happy with that, right? And once again, I didn't want to go too into depth about
That's
my
fine,
political
that's
leanings.
fine.
But
Carry
what I'm
on.
saying is I'm more central now because the right has kind of been like, okay, you're making some good points. Okay, yeah, I guess. I guess there's a very radical left. This comes back to coffee. Is a super long-winded way, right? So I move more right, and then the more time I try and look at the far left way that I was, I'm like, I can't justify it as much anymore, right? So I used to. This comes back to coffee. So I used to be a cappuccino boy through and through, or latte boy through and through.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. You ruined it.
Cappuccino was cappuccino. It's basically just milk and coffee and.
Do you know what cappuccino is?
Cocoa? No, hit me.
Cappuccino is fucking magical. That's what it is.
I tried your cappuccino boy once at work, and I was like, not bad.
I do like a latte though. I do like a latte.
Okay, right. So I used to be really cappuccino and latte, right? Really cappuccino and latte, and then I started drinking black coffee because obviously intermittent fasting it helped with.
Which is just weird. It's just weird because obviously cappuccino and latte, you like it because they're the milky coffees.
Yeah. You know. So when I first started black coffee, I was like, I didn't think it tasted like assholes, but I was like, this is nowhere near as good as lattes or cappuccino, right? This is kind of shit. And then all I did was drink black coffee for like I think a solid 6 months. And then I tried to drink a latte. I was like, ooh, could go for a cheeky latte. Couldn't finish it. Had about 3 sips. I was like, this is the grossest shit I've ever tasted.
The next time you're over my house, I'll make you a latte.
Mate,
I'll change your mind.
Go for it. But like, I don't know if I could change back. If you know what I mean? So it's like, it goes back to the like, I can't seem to justify my position to have lattes again. Because it just doesn't. I mean, I'll try anything. But I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think I can go back. So be careful, is what I'm saying. Moderate your black coffee if you want to.
Moderation. Yeah. So what about Diet Coke and mental stability? What are you talking about?
Well. So, substitute habits for bad habits. So, for example, I'm substituting chronically putting poo-poo in my mouth.
Yeah.
With having black coffee, which is fine, relatively harmless, actually has some potential health benefits, right? Yeah. And then Diet Coke.
You're not like Diet Coke?
I love that. I get 30 cases. Oh cans.
Yeah, you get loads of cans, don't you? You fucking love that.
Because it's just easy. Pop them in the freezer for 10 minutes. Pop them out. Perfect Diet Coke, right? But it has aspartame in, which is artificial, which is apparently fucking terrible. It's like it's like in 10 years, people are like, I can't believe everyone drank Diet Coke. Yeah. It's like the same with like fucking cigarettes back in like the 60s where. But it helps because it's no calories, so it's helping me not eat garbage. But at the same time, I'm not killing myself slowly. You know.
I've now been drinking Diet/Max drinks.
I thought you fucking hate Pepsi. Sorry.
No, I like Pepsi. I really like Pepsi.
But
I will drink. If I was to drink full fat drinks, I'd drink Coke over Pepsi. But Diet Pepsi is nicer than Diet Coke.
Right. Okay.
In my opinion. So if like when we go shopping, I ask for Diet Pepsi. Ruth always gets me Diet Pepsi.
But you have to choose a full fat.
Yeah, Diet Coke. Yeah. But if I was to drink full fat, it would always be Coke. Always.
You'd never drink full fat Pepsi?
I would, but out of choice, I would pick a Coca-Cola over pretty much any full fat fizzy drink.
We're going really deep into this, but would it deter your choice?
But I have now been, because I guess it'd be nearly 2 years ago now, I gave up sugar in general.
Yep.
And that came with giving.
You thought you gave up sugar.
Oh, yeah. I gave up putting added sugar. I gave up added sugar.
That's not even what I was talking about. So you thought you gave up sugar, but at work, someone was putting sugar in your...
I forgot. Someone in my work was still making me coffees with sugar in and not telling me. You know who you are.
And it's funny because you were like, I really like it when they make me coffee. It tastes really.
It tastes so good when they make it for me. But so I gave up sugar, not for my diet. It was for my health because I was getting like heart shit happening with me.
Heart shit.
So I kind of made the choice, but I didn't make the choice not to drink full fat Coke, if that makes sense. Not drinking full fat Coke was a byproduct of not being able to have sugar.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to it now that when we were getting takeaways and stuff like that, I'd order a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi. And occasionally, you know what it's like ordering food. Sometimes they get your order wrong. Or they've come and they've gone, we don't have any diet, so we gave you a full fat one.
Yeah.
And I drink it, and it is like syrup. It is horrible now. It's so back in the day there used to be those health like adverts, and you used to go to school and they'd show you the amount of sugar cubes. And you go, fuck off. No fucking way. Yeah. No fuck. When I drink it now, I'm like, these sugar cubes are in this drink. They are in this drink. It is like syrup. And I can't drink them now. They're just far too sugary for me. Just cannot do it. And I'm thankful for that because it means I'll never fall back into there because my initial first sip, I'm like, nope.
Technically, what you should say is maybe you shouldn't moderate your black coffee because it is better for you. You're not adding calories from the milk. You're not.
It's true.
There you go.
And it definitely does help with fasting, 100%. So if people are watching out there that fast and they're struggling with it, black coffee definitely helps.
But I guess the tip is, if we have to end it on any tip, it's get good coffee.
Get good coffee, yeah. Don't be doing black coffee with like Asda's Own or Morrison's Own. Other brands are available, so yeah. Don't be doing that. Get yourself some nice coffee. Get some Nescafe. Get some Azira. Get some nice shit. You know what I mean?
Get some George Clooney brand.
But just on the last one, last 5 minutes, mental stability. What do you mean by that?
I think it's funny because yesterday I got Diet Coke back in my life after about 5 days because for some reason we only got 8 cans of Coke. So it was like a 4-day stint where I had no Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And after like the second or third day, I was like, I can think clearly. That's a bit weird. Like I had this extra clarity that I didn't have. I'm attributing it.
Yeah, attributing it. Yeah.
I'm attributing it to the lack of Diet Coke. That's where the clarity. Because I started having Diet Coke again, and I'm a bit foggy again, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, well, at what point are our substitute habits actually negatively affecting us in our end habit goals? Like, if I'm clearer in my mind, I make better decisions when it comes to food because I can be more cognizant of when I'm just bored eating or I'm eating because I'm slightly uncomfortable. I want to feel comfort from the food that I'm eating. Wow, comfort food, that's where it comes from. Jesus Christ. So I
definitely mind blown.
So I think it's interesting. I think that people should take stock of the habits they have when trying to change a bad habit and make sure they're not substituting it with another bad habit.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. And I think that was a good podcast.
I think it was a really good podcast. I don't know about you.
And me. We went on so many tangents that it's unreal.
I think they were all interesting, though. I think our viewers will appreciate it.
I think so. But I'm going to leave it to you to sign off, mate. Wow. But what I'm going to say is like and subscribe, yo.
Ooh la la. There might be some saucy new graphics in the bottom. I don't deal with the editing. That's not me.
No, he doesn't. But he did film this one. So you got to get uploading this shit immediately.
I do.
Right?
I do.
So that I can edit it after I watch Manchester United win. Boom.
Come on, man. I don't give a shit about football.
But thank you very much, Zach.
Sign off. Jesus Christ, bro.
I was thanking you, you bastard.
Oh, I apologise. Thank you. Thanks.
Carry on. You do your bits, mate.
Well, thank you, Jet. Thank you for coming on the podcast today that we both share, even though we probably shouldn't really thank you because it's just basically what we do. But thank you very much. Thank you all viewing. Just have a good day, guys. Have a good week while we're not around. Hey,
Yeah.
stay safe out there. I've
see you
been Zach.
I've been Jay.
Bye.
Bye.